Well, good evening, everyone, for joining us live over on YouTube. We are live on YouTube um, to react to Bristol City's dramatic, exhausting, as you can hear from my voice, 4-3 win over Millwall yesterday at Ashton Gate in what was a crazy, crazy game in BS3. And as always, when we're here on the 18 Alpha podcast, I'm joined by Matisse. Matisse, how are you doing and how are the emotions after it was quite a surreal day yesterday?
It was absolutely mental. Definitely one of the best games I've ever been to. Yeah, mix of emotions throughout the whole game. It's just doesn't happen a lot. 7 goals, bottling a 2-0 lead, going down 3-2. Everyone really thought it was over, and then 2 great goals at the end, and none other than Scott Twine. It had to be him to score the winner and get us the 3 points for our first win of the season. But yeah, insane game, atmosphere, brilliant. And yeah, definitely already probably going to be our best game of the season.
No, it's just mental game. 4-3, 7 goals doesn't come about often. Let's get straight into it. Why not? Might as well. So this was the Bristol City team along at the bottom. If you're watching on YouTube, if you are listening in on a podcast feed, it was Max O'Leary in goal, a back four of George Tanner, Zach Viner, Rob Dickey, and Cam Pring. In midfield, it was a double pivot of Joe Williams and Jason Knight, who was the captain, of course. Mark Sykes, Max Bird, and Nanis Mehmeti were the three of the main man, Sinclair Armstrong. No changes from the team that played against Hull on opening day. Expecting that, or maybe a potential, sense Scott Twine maybe could have started.
But people were saying that, but I think it's. I wasn't surprised. I mean, he just came in the other day. He probably hadn't had a training session in a couple of days, sorting everything out. And also with Earthy the same. So no, not too surprised. Personally, before the game, I would have rather seen Naki in the 10 and put Bird back with Knight, but I was proved completely wrong. And yeah, definitely don't want that for future games because he had an incredible game, and we'll get onto him. But yeah, not too surprised.
This was the Millwall 11 along the bottom. It was Lucas Jensen goal, back four, Ryan Leonard, Hutchinson, the captain, Cooper, returning Joe Bryan, George Saville, and Casper Denor as the double pivot. Esser, who looked very threatening on the right side, with George Honeyman as a 10, Duncan Watmore off the left, Don Bradshaw, the big man, up top. And wow, British City we got off to such a good start, didn't we? It was just right off the block. So I was just checking on my phone, like the result, like the fixtures in the championship on the day. And I sometimes do that just because nothing normally happens for the first few minutes of the games. And then I look up and there's a massive roar, and Sinclair Armstrong is just bursting down the right hand side, and just wow, yeah. Talk us through that goal, because it was very simple but highly effective.
Yeah. You could say it was quite a normal goal, but no, it was great. Great attack down the right hand side. I think Bird was involved in the build up play, which he was for a lot of the game. Plays it through to Armstrong. Good with his feet on the right, gets it past. I think was it Hutchinson. Not sure, one of the defenders finds it his way past him in front of him, and then it's kind of scuffed by another one of the Millwall defenders. And then it falls to Anis, and yeah, it's not the easiest chance, but he takes it well, takes a touch, and then bounces it to the far corner, and we're 1-0 up within 3 minutes? It was 4 minutes. So yeah, brilliant, brilliant from Armstrong and Bird, good goal, and yeah, early lead.
And then actually Millwall had a good chance after that, where they had a penalty claim that on first viewing, live in the ground, didn't really look like hit Jason Knight's hand. There was a penalty call for that. I'm not sure if you've seen a replay. I haven't.
Sorry, because they have so much to put in the highlights that they haven't put that in. So no, I didn't see it, but it definitely looked more of a shout than the penalty they did get later on, which we'll get on to. But
yeah. Yeah, and then the second goal comes about from 12, I think, where it's a bit of good play down the right-hand side, and Bristol City work themselves into final third position, and then it takes a bit of patience, and the ball comes out to Max Bird, and then I'm sorry, I'm going to take all the credit for this Max Bird signing because I've been banging on about Max Bird for the longest time. I've did I not say even before he was even minorly linked with us, this guy's a quality player. Like if we can get him in as a long-term replacement for Matty James, we've done well. We sign him, gets loaned out to Derby for 6 months. I'm a bit disappointed with that because we're not seeing him for 6 months. Starts playing in the number 10 position, which he, by his own admission, has said is not his natural position. He picks up the ball here, kind of a little bit just a bit away from the edge of the box, picks out the most beautiful, delicious looking cross, and Sinclair Armstrong is there to. It's a very good header by Sinclair Armstrong as well. It's not one of those simple, just glance it in at the back post headers. He has to kind of jump back a little bit and direct it back where it came from, and Millwall defenders are nowhere to be seen. And people can blame if you're a neutral watching or a Millwall fan, you can blame the centre backs for not picking up Armstrong. But it's just such a quality ball in by Max Bird. It's just picks out on Armstrong's head. It's quality from Max Bird.
Yeah, it's pitch perfect. It's just an incredible pass. It's got the perfect pace as well. And yeah, it gets into a space and then scores his first goal in a City shirt. And already our 2 new summer signings. I think every single goal had a contribution from our summer signings. I count Bird obviously as one of them. But yeah, they've settled in very quickly. And we usually don't have a massive aerial kind of a threat. We have Dickey sometimes getting his head on it. Conway probably scored 1 goal with said that the Cardiff one was maybe
who must not be named.
Exactly. But yeah, I think he's already got his first goal as well for the club. So yeah, good that he's up and running. And yeah, great goal, 2-0 up in under 15 minutes. And yeah, buzzing.
But then after that, did we really threaten Millwall too much? Probably not. They were clearly rattled when we went 2-0 up within 12 minutes. You would be. And then I just felt like we didn't really get the attacking rhythm we should have probably done. And we lost a bit of momentum. Millwall slightly came back into the game in terms of control aspect. They hit the inside of the post with Ryan Leonard. Joe Bryan, I think. No, George Honeyman puts in a very good ball and it kind of floats itself to the back post and you're going, oh, don't get a touch on it. Don't get a touch on it. Ryan Leonard gets a touch on it. He sends it back where it came from with a sliding effort and it hits the post. Dickey then kind of running, trying to clear it, but then realizes Max is behind him. So he kind of steps over the ball. Yeah, heart in mouth moment that. But apart from that, we weren't really threatened. We didn't really threaten. It was kind of even.
Yeah. Nothing too much happened. Like you said, they hit the post. But other than that, we were kind of just trying to get control of the game, trying to slow things down a bit. We had a comfortable lead. But yeah, other than that, nothing. And then just got through to half time with a 2-0 lead. But as everyone knows, 2-0 lead is probably the most dangerous scoreline in football. And it just came to bite us, didn't it? I mean, I don't know what sort of bollocking Neil Harris gave it in half-time locker room, but it was the same kind of story at Watford as well. When they played them last week, they came out flying the second half and they did against us. I mean, how long did it take? It was, let's get the minutes up.
It was 9 minutes, I think. Well, yeah. It was 9 minutes till 2-2, I think.
So 51st minute was Eze's goal, which yeah, I'll just go through that. It's just a bit. Jesus Christ. I mean, we completely switched off when the second half started. They're on the front.
You've got to give credit to Romain Essa. That is
it is a good goal, but I think we should be doing better. I mean, Pring had a bloody job to do that second half. When he came off, I was relieved because he had Pring on a couple of strings there. But yeah, he just kind of like good movement with his feet. Obviously, just getting the ball away from Pring and then cutting it to the near post, goes through Viner's legs. Max has no chance. It's a good goal for him, but it's still it was frustrating to watch because we could see him someone needs to just get a tackle in. But yeah,
it is in the box, to be fair, so you don't want to get a penalty away in that.
It's not as easy as it seems just to get the ball, but yeah, frustrating to see. But it was a good goal, and yeah, 2-1, and then they're straight back in it.
I think Romain Essa scored an identical goal for Millwall in midweek against Pompey in the Carabao Cup as well. So, um, yeah, he's a good player, Romain Essa. He's for his sake, he'll hope to get a lot more games under his belt. He's a really good player. Yeah, and then what diabolical decision for the second goal. It's just yeah, God. I think it's George Honeyman who puts the ball in. No, it's Romain Essa who puts the ball in, and then George Honeyman, I think, no, Duncan Watmore gets a flick on, and then George Tanner chests it, looks completely fine with himself, very happy with himself. It's gone for a corner. Momentum's building for Millwall. Everyone's like, okay, corner, let's move on. Referee points to the spot for a penalty.
He took a bit of time as well. He took a second. And yeah, it's frustrating when those decisions happen. I'm a referee as well, and yeah, it isn't easy sometimes when you don't get the right angle. But at that level, it's not great. That's why sometimes you wonder VAR, would it be useful in the Championship? Because if we lost today, we would be going ballistic, really. So yeah, and I saw a thing as well on Twitter. A family waited, and their kids saw the referee after the game, and they had a chat with him, and he was saying like, "Oh, he was very happy that we won because obviously he would have been gutted." And yeah, it's honest mistake, obviously, but it's still, we need to see the standards kind of rise a little bit. But yeah, just not a penalty at all. So yeah, frustrating. And then Bradshaw steps up, slots it, Max dives the wrong way, and it's 2-2 with less than 10 minutes into the second half, and we've just thrown it away like that, and we're all just sitting there wondering what went wrong. And yeah, we completely switched off, and you could tell the momentum immediately, it was shifted, and we were on the back foot, and yeah, it was not great.
It's just so frustrating though, because 45 minutes of really good work, we're provided with end quality as well in the final third, and then we just decide to throw it away in 9 minutes. Just a 9-minute bad spell. It's what it felt like at 2-2, and you're going, oh, fine, let's go again. Let's score a goal. We know we can hurt this Millwall back line. Let's just go. Let's just score, win the game 3-2, and let's move on. Doesn't turn out that way, because it's a long throw in on. Well, Dickey comes across to clear the ball. It goes for a throw in because Essa's having Dickey and Pring on toast for the 20-minute period the Millwall had in the second half. The ball goes to, well, Ryan Leonard then takes the long throw in. It's a flick on the near side. It's kind of on. The throw in is kind of in line with the edge of our defensive box. It's hurled into the box. Someone gets a flick on. No, Jason Knight gets a flick on at the near post, helps Millwall out. And Duncan Watmore's there with fair enough to him. It's quite a good finish. He kind of cushion volleys it past Max O'Leary, and within 20 minutes of the second half, after 45 minutes of really good work, it's all just gone 3-2.
Yeah, it was a brilliant finish, to be fair. Max got a hand to it, but went in, and then, yeah, in front of the way end, they erupt, and yeah, they were happy. And yeah, 20-minute comeback from 2-0 down to 3-2. It's just, yeah, so frustrating for us, obviously. But it was so poor, just so annoying to see just us fall apart, lose complete intensity, and just let that happen to us. But it wasn't over, and obviously it wasn't over. There was still...
Well, at this point, I have to say, I've not really seen Ashton Gate respond in that way to a Bristol City side, going 2-0 up and then going 3-2 down. I don't want to draw. Well, I will draw comparisons. Remember Stoke at home last year when we went 2-0 up, lost the game 3-2.
Oh my God, that was
okay. Bearing in mind it was, they scored the third goal in the 90th minute or something, but still, kind of similar situation. We played really well and then just gave up second half. What it felt like. That was really toxic. That turned sour really quickly. Even when the third goal went in yesterday for Millwall, no one around me was moaning or groaning. It was just, all right, just score twice again. It's simple. Score another two. And it just felt like, Christ, getting behind the team, and that's really important throughout the duration of a season, because we will have tough moments, and ultimately, for 70 minutes of the game, we've been the better side. It's only 20 minutes where Millwall have kind of just blown us away a little bit and scored 3 times. Apart from that, we were the better side and deserved to get the 3 points. And I'm sure people would agree with that, hopefully. But yeah, it just felt a little bit different yesterday. Normal Ashton Gate, even last season, that would have gone like sour really quickly. People would have possibly started leaving, and it just felt different. People was chanting and singing, and just felt like we didn't give up.
And that's what you need. It's crucial, and that's why I feel like this season, even though we say it every time, that's gives us confidence, gives the team confidence. It was like 2 seconds of just a bit, damn, we just threw away 2-0 lead, but then straight away chanting again, and like you said, getting behind the team is so important for them as well, and it definitely helps the players, and it just creates a good atmosphere within the club. But so we kept going. We knew we still had time as well. There was still 25 minutes on the clock. And then not long after that goal, about what was it? And 8 minutes later,
before Millwall's third goal, certain Scott Twine and Fally Mayula were introduced, and
that was after the goal. Oh
no, that was before the third goal. Fally Mayulu and Scott Twine are both in the game. Sinclair Armstrong comes off, and so does Anas Mehmeti. Then we concede the third goal, Duncan Watmore. Millwall then make a double change, which changes the game in our favour hugely at that point, because they take off Duncan Watmore, who scored the third goal, for Idamo Amaku. Romain Essa, who was a threat all second half, he comes off for Danny McNamara, which is a massive defensive change, and that also means the right back Ryan Leonard, who had a fairly decent game keeping Mehmeti quiet, he moves into centre midfield to allow McNamara to play at right back. And then a minute after that change happens at right back for Millwall, Max Bird and Fally Mayulu become Diego Maradona and for God, fucking Pele's. That is probably normal. That's probably normal in like the Premier League, but we don't really see that anyway at Bristol City. We don't really see that sort of attacking play. Max Bird, Fally Mayulu, both of the kind of, well, one of them definitely summer signing, other one you could class as a summer signing. Link up really well. Is it a throw in of?
No, it's not. It's because I remember the build up as well. It's the one goal that I've been able to remember fully through, because it was a moment where Dickey kind of picks up the ball at the back, and I can hear a little bit of frustration, and we just don't know what to do. He stands there for 5 seconds, doesn't know where to pass. We're kind of in that moment where we need a goal, and gets it off to Viner, finds Bird, and like you said, that is probably the best goal I've seen in a long time from Bristol City, and it was just beautiful to watch. Just in the moment, just that dummy finds Mayulu, plays it first time back, first time cuts it in, and the finish is perfect. It's perfect. It's a brilliant striker's finish. First time, bottom left. It couldn't have been in a better position. And 2 goals in 2 games for Mayulu, both off the bench. What a super sub he is, and what a player already. Golden boot, someone say. Great to equalize the game. Still 15 minutes to go. Odd. And didn't take too much time to celebrate as well, because he wanted to get right back to it. So incredible.
At that point, I think we all where I was saying anyway, we all kind of matched what Mayulu was thinking after he scored the goal. He raced back to the halfway line. He was like, just come on, let's get a fourth. And we were all kind of thinking that, all right, go, put pressure on them, because they were rattled, and they were clearly a little bit, they were getting tired, they were getting laggy. They can't match the quality that we can bring off the bench in Scott Twine, Mayulu, and then later on in George Earthy as well, who was involved in our winner. They're not at that level on the bench. They are still not done in terms of transfer business wise. That's probably why they're not really close to us on that, in terms of quality off the bench. But yeah, our energy levels, our quality, really, really important. And yeah, it's just such a good finish from Mayulu and Max Bird again with the yeah, yeah. It's really good. The movement, the awareness, is just fantastic. And yeah, haven't really seen that type of goal from Bristol City in in a long while. It's really good. It's just the patterns of play showing, and it's the Liam Manning. It's the Liam Manning system coming to fruition. That quick play, quick movement, interchange, bang, goal. Simple. And then we kind of push, probe, and then let's talk about the winner.
Well, before that, George Murphy comes on.
Well, yeah. George Earthy comes on for Mark Sykes, doesn't he, on minute 86, I think?
Yeah,
86.
86, yeah.
86. We push, we bang on the door. We're kind of Scott Twine has a chance before he scores, where he hits one on the edge of the box and it takes deflection off Joe Bryan and it goes just wide. Lucas Jensen is completely lost. He doesn't know he does know where that's going. It's going right in the corner, but unluckily for Twine on that occasion, it goes just wide of the post. Jensen is not getting near that ball. Have a couple of chances from set pieces. The pressure's building
as well. To Bird. Bird had a good chance there, but yeah,
we
obviously had the momentum.
Yeah, Twine puts that ball to Bird, and Bird has a save by Jensen, and then it's just patience. It's just patience. It's neat calibration. It's detail oriented. It's what Liam Manning kind of teams are about. It's just about waiting, probing, and with a bit of luck, find the right ball. And Earthy and Williams combined down the right hand side, and ball's laid off to Joe Williams. Puts the ball into the box with a beautiful whipped cross. The centre backs are nowhere to be seen from a Millwall perspective. We don't care. Scott Twine finds acres of space in the box. It's actually a bit of a harder finish than you might think, because he does normally with a ball like that, you just finish it at the near post. But he actually kind of, if you think about it, he actually just lets it glide on past him. But he obviously applies the finishing touch on it. It's a really, really good ball by Joe Williams, who, if I'm seeing it, if I see that again, probably doesn't even look into the box like when he's about to cross it. He just knows where Scott Twine is and just knows where the players are. And yeah, 4-3 in the 89th, 88th minute. Just yeah, completely deserved.
Yeah, it had to be no other than Scott Twine to get him back. Obviously, everyone was happy. You can just tell it's just, I think, I have to say, I think it's a bit of a blessing in disguise that the Conway situation happening, and that I think these two new strikers are amazing, and that we got Twine in, because Conway didn't seem like he really wanted. Obviously, he didn't want to stay at the club, whereas Twine, he loves the club. The way he speaks in the interviews, he's so happy to be back, and obviously we gave him.
I don't think I've seen a football player smile as much in the last 24, 48 hours than Scott Twine. He's just buzzing. He's just buzzing to be here. That's what we want from a player. He just loves it. Yeah, he's not even like, from the close proximity. He's relatively local, but he's not like from the near area like a Tommy Conway. He's just buzzing to be here. It's like you want players who want to be here, not just players who think, it's a stepping stone to go to Middlesbrough. You don't want that. You want players who want to be here. That's great to have.
Yeah, it's just, it's brilliant. We gave him a good reception, and then I called it at 3-3. I was like to my dad, I just it's going to be Scott Twine to score the winner. It's got to be. And he puts it away, front of the East End, front of everyone, limbs, atmosphere is amazing. Everyone's screaming, shouting, and we win the game in the last minute, and he scored on his second debut for us, which is great. But he's got a 4-year contract with us now, which is good to get him down for a long time. And we can get onto the transfers in a second, but finishing off the game, brilliant goal. We also had a couple last minute chances as well. We kept going. Mayulu had another late chance as well, which I thought he brought a little bit wide. Couldn't get it in, but
to be fair, it's a good effort. It's a really good save. But
he still gets it on target, and it was saved. but yeah, pushed till the end, and then yeah, it looked like a very hard fought win at the end. Everyone was really happy with themselves, and yeah, 4-3. I mean, that is a insane game. And oh yeah, on Williams as well. I mean, I don't usually like after what happened last week, and I think maybe he's not our best player, but when it comes to first time crosses, I mean, he just turns into like De Bruyne. That is it was a great pass, and yeah, great win. 3 points. We needed to get the win. I hopefully we can make Ashton Fortress this season as well. But yeah, good to get the first win of the season.
You mentioned the kind of hard fought nature of the win. In those 5 additional minutes at the end of the game, I thought we saw the game out really well, apart from one long throw in Millwall had, which was dealt with by Max O'Leary really well. We just kept the ball in the corner, drew free kicks, drew throw-ins. I think that there was one point where Max Bird wanted to take a corner quickly when it was like 93, and Scott Twine and Mayulu just run over both of them together, and they're like, calm down, don't do anything silly. And they all of them in like a little triangle just kept the ball off Millwall, which is great. I'm sure if another team did that to us, I'll be absolutely raging, and I'll be, that'll be awful. But yeah, if it goes in your favor, it goes in your favor. Then yeah, all of them. Well, ironically, Bird, Twine, Mayulu, all kind of new signings, more to a certain degree. Just great to have in this setup. Just a couple quick points before we kind of wrap up on the game. For our final goal, for our fourth goal, if you see the build up to it, Dickey and Viner, who normally are relatively involved in our build up to any kind of attacking things we have anyway under Manning. If you see their positions, they are literally 10 yards into the Millwall half. I obviously didn't kind of notice it immediately in the ground live because I was too focused on getting the ball up the pitch into the box and trying to score. But I saw the replay to it. You're going, Christ, this team just doesn't give up. Just doesn't let up. And that's just one massive compliment, because whatever you want to say about this team, whatever we both have said about it last year and also this year, one thing we haven't knocked really, or too much, is the kind of willingness and the determination of this team. Under Nigel Pearson, under Liam Manning, just doesn't give up. Just doesn't know when it's beaten. Sometimes the ability of the team kind of, is a bit of a Achilles issue. Achilles heel. That's not the soft phrase. Achilles heel. But it's the group, the squad is clearly together, and very few championship teams go 2-0 up, go 3-2 down at home with 15 minutes to go, change things up a little bit, and then score twice in 15 minutes to win the game. Very few teams in the championship do that. And I think we did it against Hull at home last season, didn't we? When we went 1-0 up, 2-1 down. And then last 15 minutes, Jason Knight, Cam Pring turned it on, and Jason Knight, Mameti scored. And that was brilliant. So many clean sheets last season as well. And that's a sign of determination, willingness to defend together, the ability to defend together. The group is together. That's one massive positive in terms of taking a step into the right direction. And the new players that have come in, Bird, Mayulu, Armstrong, you can see they're happy to be here. Twine as well, to a certain degree. Stokes, they're all happy to be here, and they're all now part of this group. They're all loved by Bristol City fans. We take to them, they take to us. I'm not getting excited. I'm not getting excited at all. But I just feel like there's that connection now between the fans and the players, and you can see the kind of collectiveness of the group, if you know what I mean.
I completely. I just think we're in a good place as a club in general. And like you said, with the fans now, and we got it on the back of our shirt. We always believe, and we showed that yesterday, definitely. But yeah, it's important, and yeah, I think the group of players and the chemistry there just. I really think we can kick on this season. So let's get another win next week and keep it going. But yeah, should we just start with player ratings?
Let's go on to the player ratings. Why not? Right, we're going to make this very quick because just are. Right, Max O'Leary.
7.
Yeah, I don't think he was at fault for any of the goals they scored, so I'll go 7. George Tanner.
6.5.
Get your player ratings in the comment section down below as well. Yeah, I'll go 6. Kind of standard. Zach Viner.
7.
I'll go 6.5. Maybe a few things, just teething issues. Rob Dickey.
6.
I'll go 6.5. I'll give the same rating as Zach. Camp Ring.
6.
I'll go 6. Decent going forward defensively, few issues. Jason Knight.
7.
I'll agree with that. Joe Williams.
7 as well. Important in these types of games.
I'll give him 7.5. I thought he was much better than Hull. Max Bird.
9.
9. I'll give him an 8.
I might have inflated that, but and I just think he enjoys his football as well. So I'm just the only player I'm going to comment on, because I just feel like he's always asking for the ball and wanting to play it in. Loves the turn of the shoulder. But yeah, he was involved. What he got? 2 assists.
2 assists.
He was involved, and he got like the assist of the assist and one of the other goals. And yeah, just thought he was incredible. Maybe 8.5, but yeah.
Mark Sykes.
6 or 6, maybe 5.5. I don't know. I feel like he's a bit of a weak link.
Really well. I'll give him 6.5. Anis Mehmeti.
6. No. He scored though. Yeah. No, I'll give him a 6.5. I know
I'll
he
give him a
scored
7.
Yeah. Forgot he scored. But yeah, I'll give him a 6.5.
Yeah, okay. Sinclair Armstrong. Bully.
7.
Really?
No, he got the assist. That's actually a bit low. No, I'll give him a 7.5. Maybe I'm getting I'm kind of, because so many goals happen, so many things happen.
Yeah, I've given a 7.5 as well. That's harsh.
Yeah, probably.
No, 7.5. Just go with it. It's fine.
You got a goal and an assist. Fine, I'll go 7.5 as well.
It's fine. Scott Twine, 10, 11.
For the time he came on, I'll give him a 7.5 as well.
I'll give him an 8 because I love him. Maulu. I'll give him an 8 because I love him.
I'll give him a 7.5.
There's no logical step. There's no logical thinking.
I feel like we're just
saying thinking.
We're not. I don't get enough time to think, so I'm just like letting them out. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
I'm not thinking anymore. I'm just emotional.
Yeah,
George Earthy, 10. He's a West Ham boy, and he scored against, and he did play against Millwall, and we won. I was joking. I'm joking. He's only on for like 9 minutes.
Yeah,
6.5 involved in the goal for our 4th.
Yeah, fine. Maybe 7, but then it just doesn't make sense. Who cares? 6.5.
Who cares? It's all...
He looked decently bright. I want to see more of him. He's obviously going to play more games because he definitely has clauses for him to start X amount of games and stuff like that. But...
Liam Manning.
8. Won the game, but still problems. Like we shouldn't be switching off like that in the early parts of the second half, and also after we went 2-0 up, could have even pushed a bit more. But still, we got over the line, and the belief is there, and that goal alone is deserving of that, because that was some beautiful football.
I've given him 8.5 because the patterns of play were on show finally. I've been waiting since QPR away for those patterns of play to come, and they were finally on show. So magic, brilliant. Yeah, should we quickly talk about Coventry, and then we'll wrap up for the evening. Coventry at home then again. Oh God. Yeah. In the championship league, in the league now. They'll play a much stronger team. We'll play a much stronger team. So it should be a very different game than what it was on Tuesday night. when we played them in the Carabao Cup, and they knocked us kind of feebly. It was kind of feeble. It was very lethargic from a Bristol City perspective, and we lost 1-0 to an Alice Sims winner. You could say, well, what Millwall said yesterday was we won the game because the quality we brought off the bench, i.e. Mayulu and Twine. I could say the same thing about what Coventry did on Tuesday night, where they brought on Ellis Sims, Milan Van Evik. Who else was it? Just really top quality championship players, and we couldn't compete with that on that day. I feel like our starting 11s will be quite close, and yeah, what do you think? What do you think will happen on Saturday?
I think we win these. I think we can write off that Carabao Cup game pretty easily. And after that, I was actually not too fast. I think we didn't look like we tried that much, especially the belief there wasn't nowhere near the same as yesterday. It just didn't feel like, just felt like a preseason game where we just didn't really care. I don't know. That's how I saw it. But yeah, I think we win these. I mean, it's also funny for them that they beat they won on Friday, and they're also playing Oxford in the cup at home in the second round. So they've got a lot of the same teams. But yeah, different squads, like you said. We've got Twine and Earthy now. Twine could well start. It's looking like we're going to lose him as a winger now. So
he has to start.
Yeah, he's probably going to be Twine on the left, then Bird, and then Sykes. Can't wait till Hirokawa comes back.
No, Mehmeti. If we're gonna go Twine on the left, Mehmeti has to start on the right instead of starting.
Yeah, or Earthy on the right. It's either Earthy or Mehmeti then on the right.
I highly doubt that.
Yeah,
unless he has the absolute balls to drop Jay Williams and put Max Bird in the double pivot with Jason Knight, and then
he wouldn't do
Twine in the 10, and then Mehmeti Sykes. But Max Bird is just so well, started the season so well in that number 10 position. You don't want to disrupt that. So
yeah. We'll start and then Twine off the left, and then I'd rather have Mehmeti on the right starting and then put on Earthy like 60th minute or something, depending how the game's going. But
or Sykes. Sykes is good when he comes on.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't been too impressed with him so far this season, but we'll see. We'll still. But yeah, obviously same back for and keeper and Knight, obviously. And yeah, I reckon we win. I'm gonna go for a 2-1 win for us at home. I reckon we get back to back, make Ashton Gate a hard place to come to. I think, yeah, it'll be very different to the game that happened last week on Tuesday night. But yeah, I say we win. And yeah, only 3 teams, because today Sunderland just smashed Sheffield Wednesday 4-0. So that's 3 teams on 6 points, Burnley, Watford and Sunderland. And I think we're in 6th right now. So playoffs. But yeah, very early on. But yeah, still, obviously everyone's close together. But yeah, I think we win.
You're more confident. I'm not saying I'm not confident, because that performance has given me a hell of a lot of confidence and a hell of a lot of excitement ahead of the new season as well. But Coventry are a good side, and they've got threats. And I have to say, our fullbacks at the moment aren't giving me, filling me with the greatest of confidence. I love Campering. Like, I love Campering, but if he's getting skinned by Romain Essa, who's a good player, but when he comes up against someone like a Sakamoto or a Haji Wright when they interchange, that's just a step up in quality and experience. It's kind of just CV levels. So yeah, that's concerning me a little bit. So, and George Tanner, who's generally quite good defensively, but when he came up against Haji Wright when we played Coventry in the cup, got absolutely skinned about 3-4 times. So I don't know whether it's kind of full storm. Maybe there's just an off game for Tanner. So yeah, they aren't filling me with the best of confidence. So I'll go for a draw. I'll go for our unbeaten streak. Unbeaten start to the season in the league to keep going, and I'll go for a 1-1 Ashton, and I'll take that. To be honest, Coventry are a good side, and I'll expect them to be right up there by the end of the season. Hopefully, touch wood, competing with us in terms of getting a potential playoff place. Right. I think that is it in terms of this edition of the 18 NFL podcast. We've tried to make it a little bit shorter. So if you do enjoy this kind of method or this format of podcasts, well, do let us know, and we'd greatly appreciate your feedback. If not, well, we'll try and revert back to what was it, what it was before, which is a little bit more detailed. But yeah, that is it for this edition of the 1894 podcast. If you have enjoyed it and you're watching this on YouTube, hit like if you haven't already. Subscribe, hit that right button, hit the for the 1894 podcast, and yeah, when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell to be updated every time we do go live, or just before we go live as well. Baptiste, do you want to shout out our social?
Yeah, as always, yeah. Follow our socials in the description and Annie's YouTube. And yeah, we'll be back after Coventry, another home game at Ashton Gate. We're gonna win. And yeah, thanks for watching.
Who do we play after Coventry?
Derby away, no?
Oh Christ, yeah, I'm going to that. Yeah, of course. I should know that.
And then there's an international break coming up early on as well. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and yeah, we'll see you next week.
See you then. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and yeah, if you're watching this on Spotify or any of the podcast platforms, leave us a 5-star rating. Very professional of me, like last minute. But yeah, do leave us a 5-star review, and it'd be massively appreciated. It just helps get more viewers in and listen to the podcast, and help us out massively as well. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. Keep safe, and we will catch you all after Coventry, and up until then, up the city, and hope we can just win against Coventry, I suppose.